Good afternoon YouTube and the internet. I've just finished filming and editing the previous video to this one, and while the sun is still out I'm going to measure up this bad boy for some lowering springs. Now obviously we've got the sill height there, it's about 1.5 meters at the moment, but that's not what I'm going to measure to. There's two measurements I'm going to take. The lowest point under the car, down there somewhere, and my guard gap, and see what I end up with as far as heights. So let's get under the car first and measure the hard thing. Well, there's our culprit there. The lowest point is that weed, and now we're getting rid of that. It's the bottom of that, I don't know if that's just a muffler or a catalytic converter with a heat shield. Either way, that heat shield is the lowest point. There's nothing in front lower, there's nothing in the back lower. Oh shit, it's got a hot dog. Well, there you go. Someone has put an aftermarket exhaust on this, or made one. Something's happened. That's hilarious. Alright, simply put the camera down where you can't see it properly and grab your measuring tape and measure away. Now, minimum legal height is 100mm. We're 160mm to that. So technically I could lower this 60mm. I don't think I will. Maybe half that would suffice. But let's have a look at the wheel arch first, because that might be the limiting factor. So, this is just a simple case of measuring that. 80mm. Now, remember we do have to allow for some suspension travel, because I'm not going to make this, you know, hella flush or super tucked or anything like that. I don't really care what the internet says about fitment, but it will look better a bit lower. 80mm. So, if we came down 30, which is what the standard lowering spring advertises I would do, that'll give us 50mm clearance for suspension travel. There's not a lot of spring there, so I don't think it'll actually travel that far. Now, do I go the super lows, which should lower at about 50? That'll give me 20mm suspension travel. Probably should, eh? The rear arch gap looks to be pretty much the same, if not a little bit bigger than the front. The car's been driven around the backyard a couple of times to settle the suspension after being jacked up to put the wheels on. So it's about as low as it's going to get. Let's check the driver's side, just in case that side's a bit more sagged, due to the driver always being on one side of the car, which does happen with old cars. Driver's side is 5mm lower. That's just wear and tear. So potentially the shock is buggered. I mean, I can visibly see that side's down. I could see it before. The measurement confirms it. From having fat bastards like me sit on one side of the car with no friends in the passenger seat. But yeah, so if I go 50, I'll have 20mm suspension clearance. Let's do a quick test. Yeah, to the underside of the arch there, with me sitting on it. I'm not going to be able to measure it with the finger in the way. It's like about 35 from up here.
43.
43? Okay. Yeah. Cool. So 43. That's half the gap. So that's travelled 40mm. Alright, thinking time over. I'm going to go with the lows. I'm going to drop it to 30mm, because I'm really only intending to reset the ride height so it doesn't look like a monster truck, and it will do that. And it won't risk scrubbing at all. And if I don't like it, eventually I could put Tupelos on it later. I could always buy them and you know, sell the lows to someone on the internet for like half or whatever it cost me. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'll order them soon, and I will fit them whenever they turn up, but probably after it's registered, which is the first thing I'm going to do is get the mobile roadie guy out here to do it probably Monday hopefully, or Tuesday or Wednesday. First half of the week. Let's say first half of the week.